On quiet streets like these all over Britain, hundreds of thousands of young people are doing something extraordinary.
You've got to be responsible all the time. It's just like when you've got a little baby, but it's not your baby, it's your mum.
Around 700,000 young carers in the UK look after a loved one.
We're going to have to look after her a lot more because we know that she's got an infection.
The doctor thinks that the liver disease is getting a little bit worse.
Many have to face challenges most adults would struggle to cope with.
It's horrible to think that someone who you love the most in the whole wide world is capable of doing something like that.
I know that somewhere along the line I'm putting her in deep pain.
We follow 3 young people for 6 months as they try to balance growing up with caring for the person most important to them.
I miss Mum, that is not her thing. When she's out of hospital, I miss her.
Love you.
Love you too.
Young carers get judged because people don't think they're perfect.
I know.
And it's horrible to think that people can judge you about what's happened to you in your life.
I prefer the fact that I'm a carer than not a carer because it makes me who I am. I'm unique.
Squishy me.
In Stockport, Tom and his older brother Joe look after their mum who has liver disease.
Oh, Tom, calcitude, big white one, love.
Because their dad works shifts, the boys are the main carers for their mum.
See, I'm training you for your future. That's what you've got to do if you want to be a doctor.
Yeah. When I'm a doctor, I will give you some money.
Yeah, I want half of your salary.
Excuse me, who do you think you are? Maybe you can have a quarter.
No, I want half.
A quarter.
I've trained you. Without me being ill, you wouldn't know half of what you know, Tom.
Okay. Do you need these?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I was born, my mum's always been poorly, so I've not ever known any better.
2 of them, Tom. Oh boy.
Well, there's quite a lot of things wrong with her. Her main one is her liver disease, and her liver's grown quite big, and it's squishing some of her other organs, like her lungs, and so her breathing's quite bad. She's incredibly ill.
With Tom helping just makes it a bit easier because with my hands being sore, it hurts sometimes to get the tablets out. So, yeah, I need one of them.
Do you worry about your mum then?
Yeah, I get eczema on like the back of my legs, and I get sort of nervous or I'm worried about something. Tom gets stress balls in his stomach. That's when we know he's sort of panicking. So we know when one of us is worrying.
Does it taste bad? You know what Joanne said? That bit, it tastes like where you can taste things the most. So if you just put it to the back.
High five. Thanks.
I'm upset, I'm worried, but if I am like really worried, I would like speak to my friends. I wouldn't really tell an adult because all they'll say is like, oh, are you all right? If you need to speak to me, I'm here. But there's really nothing to speak about because you're worried. That's it. And you already know what I'm worried about, and you can't really do anything about it. You pushed me, I didn't do anything.
2 months ago, 34-year-old Vicky was placed on the waiting list for a new liver. There are over 7,000 people waiting for organ transplants in the UK, and it could take up to a year to find a matching donor.
Every day I'm getting worse and worse. My GP said it will affect my mortality, but he couldn't give me a number of years, but for like a better quality of life and obviously for a life, I need to get the liver transplant. So that's the downside of it, but yeah, just have to stay positive. There's not much else we can do really at the minute. and I don't want the boys seeing me that down about it. They're then there to worry more than what they do already.
Do you think they do worry then quite a lot?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when I'm going to the hospital appointments or doctor's appointments and stuff like that, they tend to get a bit quiet. Or if I'm going in to have procedures done, or if I have like a long stay in hospital, they do start panicking, yeah.
I'm worried, but I try and hide it because my friends always know me as being like the happy jolly Tom. They don't really know me as being the sad, worried, upset Tom. I prefer the happy, smiley, jolly Tom, which is good. I like being happy. It's better than being sad. Smile's better than being sad.
You okay?
Yeah.
My name's Antonia Ray. I'm 11 years old and I care for my mum. She's called Leslie. I'm in year 6 and basically I just got over my SATs and I'm going into high school this September.
Are you okay? Are you managing?
Yeah, I need you to do me back now, kid.
9 years ago, Antonia Ray's mum Leslie had a stroke, leaving her paralysed down her right side.
With my mum, sometimes I have to help her do the things that you should be able to do yourself. I have to help doing the bedding, doing the hoovering, washing up the pots, making sure my mum takes her tablets on time, helping my mum put her clothes on. It's so much.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, thank you.
Sometimes I have to help wash my mum, which isn't quite like what my friends would be doing, which is quite strange.
Which one do you want it on? Middle.
Yeah, please.
There you go.
Is that? Just put the shoes on now.
Yeah. Do you want it tight?
Yes, please. When I had my stroke, I was in a bad way. Well, for 2 weeks I didn't know anything about it. I was in like a coma. I was in hospital for 4.5 months and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get up or anything.
I'm behind you.
Thank you. I'd look at Antonia Ray. It took me about 5 months, 6 months to remember her name, for it to stick in my head. And just seeing her and running up to me and saying, "Hiya, Mum." She's my miracle. She's everything. Because I know I would have died. I know. Because I was so low.
It took Leslie years to regain the ability to speak, and she still struggles under stress. She has slowly learnt to walk again, but her right arm is still paralysed.
I find it difficult because everything's left-handed now, and I find it hard with the left hand. You know, when you're used to having your right hand and just doing it, you can't. It's not the same. And my mum's taught her to iron so that she could help me with a few things. You know, as long as I was sat with her, watching. But it's hard. I'm the mum. I'm the one who's supposed to be doing all this, and it's roles reversed, and it's not nice, you know, seeing it. You think of her as a grown-up, and you're not. You're a kid who shouldn't be doing the ironing, shouldn't be doing anything for me.
I feel like I am a grown-up, but this is just like preparing to be a grown-up.
That's right, yeah.
That's how we think of it. Because when I'm older, then I'm going to know how to iron and do stuff. And people who don't do jobs for like the parents or anything, then they're not really going to know what to do. So I'm doing this very slowly so I can get the hang of it and know the techniques.
Just be careful of the iron.
I think I've grown up quite a bit. I think a bit too fast actually, because I feel like I should still be messing about with my friends and getting muddy in the woods. But most of the time I feel like I'm a grown up and my mum's the kid.
Tom's mum Vicky has come to the specialist liver unit in Birmingham because her doctors are worried her condition is getting worse.
Take a deep breath in and hold your breath.
They want to know if she's still strong enough to survive a liver transplant.
Can you see?
I can see bits.
Why do you like coming with Mum on these trips to hospital?
Because then I get the chance to see what goes on. Because I care for her. I don't really like watching her leave the house without me going with her, because sometimes when I stay at home I worry about her a lot more, but when I'm here I know she's fine. Because you're there with her.
Hello. Why don't we go through from where I last saw you? So I mean, just so we're clear, so that I can see what's changed. Because obviously, what's important is that we want you to get a new liver. This liver's not doing you any good, is it? Okay, it's hard enough to get a liver, but you've got to be well enough to have one. Yeah. Okay, so we have to sort you out, because that's the one thing that's going to get you to 85 years old, which is what we want. Yeah. And there's 100 people in the same boat as you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you're obviously poorly. I think you're poorly because of your liver.
Yeah.
You know,
keep having banging headaches as well.
Yeah, I think you're probably malnourished in a sense. Yeah. I mean, you look how your arms. I mean, I know you're never big, okay, but your body's stealing all the nutrients, trying to fix your liver and then it's taking them from your muscles, and it's taking them from everywhere, isn't it? So I'm sure what we need to do is plug away and wait for the right liver for you. And the only thing I think, from a practical perspective, is whether or not we need to feed you. Okay, so you do know, and I know no one likes it, that sometimes we'll pop a tube in your nose. I don't want you to have it unless you really need it, but I mustn't let you get weaker, okay? Because what we need is just a strong muscles, so that when you have a big operation, you can shake it off the next morning, you can wake up and breathe for yourself. Yeah. So from my perspective, I think if your bloods are okay, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be giving you a new liver still. You need one, there's no doubt about it. You're a priority, you're young, it's not your fault you've got this disease, young family, okay? And we'll do everything we can to get you a liver as soon as possible.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, take care.
See you
Bye-bye,
later.
nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, good to see you. Vicky is very unfortunate. She's got quite an aggressive liver disease. About 1 in 1,000 women over the age of 40 have got it. And so the situation is that if we don't change her liver within the next 6, 12 months, then her life is threatened.
I am worried because me and my mum were always together. Other young carers, I could see they might be attached to the person who's ill in their life. But maybe some of the people whose mums or dads aren't ill, they probably just take everything for granted.
Kashana lives with her mum Bernie, who's blind. She now works full-time, but she's been caring for her mum most of her life.
What ice cream?
Okay.
Oreo.
I've been caring for my mum since I was about 4 or 5 years old. From the time I learned how to read, it's reading letters. And then once I read, I'd learned to lead my mum, and then cooking, and things progressed from there.
What's this?
It's what? Oh, sandwich bags.
Pardon?
Sandwich bags.
Oh, okay. And
mint jelly. If my mum needs to go doctors, I have to take her. She needs to go pharmacy to get a plaster, I have to take her. Whereas other kids would be playing around on the street with balls, I'd be taking my mum to the corner shop, helping her pay the bills and bringing her back. Before I even thought about going out, I'd have to cook my dinner and then go out and play with my friends.
how many tomatoes did you get?
I don't know, I think I got 3 out.
Are you gonna need one out, or?
Yes. When I was younger, I didn't understand my responsibility. I just saw it as something everyone did. I think it's as you hit your adolescence or the age where you start to feel more self-esteem and build social groups, when you realise that you can't do as much. And at that time I did resent my mum a little bit. I felt like she was a burden more than anything else. And it sounds horrible, but that's how I felt. I felt upset that I had to do these things and annoyed, quite annoyed that life had dealt me these cards. There was Courtney's birthday party.
Yeah.
This was in Bracknell, 2005.
Picture of you at school, or?
We went on the bouncy castle.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had such a fun time, but all I remember was jumping on the bouncy castle and screaming, "Mum, look at me!"
Bernie lost the sight in her right eye from a detached retina. Her left eye was affected by a condition called glaucoma, which leads to a build-up of pressure inside the eyeball.
When I was 16, I had the operation to release the pressure in my left eye, and because if they hadn't, I had something like 12 hours to live. Because it would have just, the eye would have just exploded with the pressure. And then when I woke up, in fact, my sight was really clear. I could see through the window. I remember seeing, even though it was winter, it was December, it was sunny, and I could see the trees outside the window. And then by the time I went back to sleep and woke up, it was gone. And that was me. Thrust into the world of total blindness. It's not protocol that your kids will help. It just happened. She shadowed me. She watched what I was doing, and I was able, as I saw her capable, I stepped back and allowed her. And now, adequately, I know she could run her own home, pay bills, work out money. It's because she's lived it here with me and seen how to do it. Being a young carer, it has helped her to be the woman that she is and will be.
It's nice to know she appreciates me.
I do, Shauna. I do.
Am I signing yours?
Yeah, I'm going to sign my t-shirt as well. Right, sign yours.
Multiple people doing that.
In Worsley, the summer term is nearly over, and Antonia Ray is about to leave primary school.
What's your role?
I've wrote "Remember Me."
Tonight is Antonia Ray's end of school prom, a rare chance for her to go out with her friends.
I don't tend to go out a lot because I'm scared that my mum will do something stupid or injure herself trying to do something that I could have done if I was there with her.
When you say something stupid, what do you mean?
This year, my mum wasn't being herself and she attempted to kill herself, which was really emotional for the whole family.
and I still don't like talking about it, but when I say something stupid, then I mean that she's gonna make the wrong choice. That's why sometimes I feel guilty about going out. When she's not talking and she's just ignoring everyone, then I tend to stay in because I know that she won't do anything when she's with me. If she was taken away or anything happened to her, then I'd just be heartbroken.
Her mum's attempted suicide was later linked to problems with her medication. But it was only then that Antonia Ray was identified as a young carer and offered support.
Oh, you look lovely. You look absolutely gorgeous. Hey, I tell you what, it's gone a bit short, that skirt on you, hasn't it?
No.
I think my bond's closer with my mum than anyone else's mum because I'm with her more, helping her more.
Got 9 minutes, Mum. Just a move on. I'm just kidding.
Bloody hope so, we're not.
It's like you've got a rock on your shoulders. Like you love her so much that you don't want to let her down at all. So you got that rock on your shoulders to make sure you don't let her down.
I love you. You take care. Have a nice time.
See ya.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Oh dear. I've got a depression that at the moment is just controlling me. And it takes all my strength sometimes to get up in the morning. It makes me angry when I have to think about what I did. Because I know I would never, never, ever leave her. Never. I love her too much. I don't know what goes through Antonia Ray's head. I wish I did. I know that somewhere along the line I'm putting her in deep pain, and it's not good.
When Mum was attempting to commit suicide, Nana was upstairs and I was the only one downstairs, and Mum kind of tricked me, saying go and check if the ambulance is outside, as we called an ambulance because she was really depressed. So I went and checked. She was in the kitchen. She put the knife in her mouth and dragged it all down her arm, and I had to grab the knife off her. And that's just a flashback that I have every time Mum's depressed or every time that I'm trying to go to sleep. It gives me nightmares sometimes. And that's why I don't sleep out, because it was at the night time that Mum did it. That's why I don't sleep out, because I get really nervous that Mum's going to attempt to do it again while I'm not there. It's like, Mum, it's like having a newborn baby and you're really, really nervous that it's going to fall over and hurt itself. I definitely feel like it's my fault, because I was the one who was meant to be looking after my mum, making sure she was okay and making sure that she didn't do anything. And I left her, and that matter of 2 minutes, she had done something that she shouldn't have done, and it's quite horrible to think that someone who you love the most in the whole wide world is capable of doing something like that. So I get really anxious about it and always need to check on my mum.
Start getting up the milkshake with that one, love.
In Stockport, the summer holidays have arrived, so the boys are now caring for their mum during the day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if there's a little bit left in the cup.
Okay then.
Yeah.
It smells like a McDonald's.
Don't taste as nice as a McDonald's one, I can assure you. Just careful, sweetheart, just watch it don't go all over.
Vicky has been put on a feeding regime with a nasal tube after continuing to lose weight.
Right, go love.
I can't do this.
No, it does hurt to do it. That's why I get you to do it. I'm feeling a bit sick. I'll have to go back to bed and have a little sleep.
We have to make sure she's alright and stuff, because if there's something that we didn't bring up for her, she'll have to get out of bed, and that usually would take quite a lot of her energy.
So she'll be even tired. She'll be even like sleepier. So she'll be in bed even longer.
Thanks, love. You and Jill just have to amuse yourselves, I'm afraid. Now for a bit.
Alright.
Yeah, because I'm just going to have a little sleep, love.
Alright. People keep on staring because she has the nose tube in. Like, I'm alright with the little ones staring because they're only little and they're curious. But there's people who are like older, like 20 and stuff, who are staring, and I don't like it. It just makes me feel quite upset. Like, how would you feel with a nose tube on your face?
Sort of manageable now. But as Tom said, random people at shops might just stare at her because they're a bit curious, thinking, what's that?
And the parents don't even tell them to stop staring, because then that would be like, they might think it's even more rude. But I don't think it's rude telling them to stop staring. I think it's quite good telling them to stop staring, but they just allow the kids to just stand there and stare. And that makes me and you feel a bit sad, doesn't it?
It just annoys me because
It's probably worse for Mum than it is for us, because she's pretty much hiding everything. I don't know how she's doing it, but she looks alright on the outside, but things are really bad on the inside.
Kashana has very poor eyesight and has to go for regular eye tests. If the pressure builds up in her eyes, she's at risk of losing her sight.
See, my mum went blind from detached retina and glaucoma, which makes me prone to both. I lost my sight once in primary school. I was stressed and I think I got hit by a ball, and I went blind in one eye for a good couple of hours, just black spotted, and I was absolutely terrified. They rushed me to hospital and the doctor said it'd come back, and it did, luckily, and that scared me. I remembered when I turned 17, it's all that was on my mind, because that's the same time my mum went blind, and I was getting quite stressed with work and college, and my eye pressure was quite high back then. Just need to learn to calm down and release the pressure somewhere else rather than through your eyes. There's a lot of reasons why I've been worried about my eyesight lately, and I've been getting more headaches, which then leads to the whole blindness thing again. So I've been getting really worried the past few months.
So I'm just going to check the pressure of your eye.
Yeah.
So I need you to open your eyes as wide as you can for me. Just look at the light.
Kashana has to balance her job working as a waitress with her duties at home.
Caring does have a big part in it, because it's not the fact that you are caring, it's the fact that you're worrying about caring. Because when I'm working, I'm worrying about the things I haven't done. Like, have I cooked? Have I cleaned? Have I taken enough time to take the bins out? It's simple things, and they start fretting on your mind. And then whilst you're doing 10, 12, 14 hours of work, you're trying to rush around after other people whilst thinking of your home life.
And just look straight ahead, please.
I've tried to think about how life would be if me and my mum were blind, but I've never been able to come up with a solution. Honestly, we would be in the ruts, because I've not got enough trust. I've got hardly any trust for many people, let alone to let someone lead me around, to put my life in their hands. I couldn't do it.
Your retina in both of your eyes, both are nice and healthy. There's nothing that I'm worried about. We just got to keep an eye on you and see how you get along, really. Okay? You want to have a couple of minutes here before I take you over?
One skirt,
PE top.
and a PE top.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, that's lovely.
Come on, Luce. Joe's so lucky. Let's carry all these bags.
It's better with the skirt on.
Yeah. Not very long though, have you, them skirts?
Yeah.
Do you have them any longer?
I don't want a longer skirt.
Got Haribo's. I've got some candy stick things.
Oh, maxi dress. Maxi dress.
I've got pink and white. I don't really like them.
Whoa. I feel like a man. Like with a tie and a blazer. Thank you.
Do you like?
Oh, it looks gorgeous.
Oh, you still on there? I'm not.
So you do know our taste.
Good luck in September. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for all your help.
This is the bag full of shoes.
Let's go party.
Let's go.
Oh no!
With funding from Children in Need, Tom and Joe's support group have been able to bring them on a 4-day break away from home.
Ma! Do you want it?
They're staying at a special camp for young carers who don't normally get a holiday.
At home, our main priority is Mum, but here, like, their main priority is us. We would make Mum drinks, and they're making us drinks. We would make Mum food and stuff, but they're making us food. So it's kind of like a day in the life of Mum without being ill. Here it's dead fun, and you're always like jumping around and doing activities, and you're never bored. That was hard. Come on, Dan. It's really hard. Ow, I just hit my pinky. That really hurt. Chipped my nail. It's chipped my nail. Ah! Oh, Jesus! Oh! Oh, that was like one of the worst roller coasters ever. Oof. How can you not climb up that? Look at you. Do you want my hand? How much Sophie offered you a hand? Tom, you up yet? Yeah, he's up. Yeah.
While the boys are away, Vicky's health has been going downhill.
The doctor thinks that the liver disease is getting a little bit worse. For the last month, I've not been able to eat properly, but the last week or so it has got considerably worse. So my weight is a big factor in it. That's what's keeping me from getting the transplant up till now. But the doctors just said this morning it's a catch-22 situation because I'm losing weight. And the idea is that I gain weight, but the longer obviously I'm on the list, the worse I'm becoming and the more weight I'm losing. So it's a bit of a dilemma at the minute.
No, she's not too good. I mean, she's never well, but she always keeps going, but I just was a bit more concerned this time.
Rest is the best thing at the minute. And obviously with the boys being away, it's a bit easier for me to rest up and I don't feel as guilty being in bed because they're not here.
It's 6 o'clock. I actually can't believe it.
go and phone your mum and then I'll come back and have some lovely tea and chill out.
Are you going to tell them that you're not well at the moment?
No, I don't really want to ruin their little break, so just let them enjoy themselves and do whatever they're doing, and then they'll know when I pick them up that I'm not well.
Hello?
Hi, are you okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's it like?
Wet.
Where? Is it raining?
Muddy.
It's just started now again. It is muddy.
Where's it? Tom?
Next to me. I put them on. Hello?
Hello, gorgeous. Are you okay?
Yep, are you?
I'm fine, thank you, my love. Is there loads of kids there that you know?
Yeah, there's quite a couple that I know.
Oh, that's good. Right, you make sure you have a nice time.
I will.
All right, be good.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Mm.
How's it been away?
It's good because you get a rest, but then you don't see Mum. Which is bad.
Are you missing her yet?
Like in the middle. Tomorrow I'll miss her. That's like 100 million%. I'll miss her.
You will get homesick.
I won't get homesick. I never get homesick.
Tom, the furthest
just
you've been
miss
away was
Mum.
this last year.
Yeah, I just miss
so
Mum.
much so you did not
Yeah,
want
but
to
I
come
just
back
miss
this
Mum.
year. You will get
Yeah,
homesick.
no, I won't.
You'll
You're just
miss
saying
Mum.
that. I miss Mum. That is not homesick.
Actually,
I'm
it's
missing
at the
Mum.
house, which is
When
called
she's
home.
at hospital, I miss her. No, it isn't. I miss Mum.
Yeah,
that is not
homesick 'cause
homesick.
she's at home.
No, it isn't.
I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk close to Him.
As a carer, it's not easy to balance your life. There's loads of different parts and balancing them is a hard thing to do. Going to church reminds me that when I'm working, when I'm caring, no matter where I am, I've still got God with me. I've still got support. I've still got love.
Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
You're all right, honey, you're all right. Yeah? You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Quite a lot of the time lately, I've just been too tired and run down to even bother saying thank you, God, for giving me life, or thank you for waking me up. When I do manage to get to church, it just reminds me again that although I feel like I'm alone, I'm not.
I think what's hard is that Kashanda doesn't switch off. Because she, like she said, when she goes out, she's thinking, is Mum fine? Is Mum this and Mum that? So it doesn't surprise me. She would think, oh, I can't do this and I can't that. I can't go that far because she finds it hard to switch off. I want her to be able to think, well, Mum's fine. I can go and let my hair down and really relax, really have fun.
Bernie, what would you like to see Kashana doing in a few years' time?
If I could have a say in it, is go back to college and find something she really wants to do, and follow it through. Get certificates, get qualified. Because once you've got the qualifications, there's no taking that back. She will have a life. She will. She has to. Because you'll get married and you'll have children, you'll have a husband and got to cater for them.
I tell him it's 2 in 1.
I don't know what we're going to do unless I'm going to end up in your pocket, living in your house or something, which that won't do.
I've already got plans for you in my back garden.
Oh my gosh. No, Kishana.
In Stockport, summer is drawing to a close, and Vicky's just returned from a short stay in hospital with a liver infection. Next week, Tom will be back at school, so he'll have to leave his mum at home during the day.
When Mum wasn't like as ill as she is now, I still worried about her at school. Like when we were learning and stuff, I had her in my head. And then like when we were doing lessons about stuff like life, I would think of her and then get maybe a bit upset. Or if anybody said something, I'd get upset.
Thanks, love. What's up, babes?
How are you, Mum?
I'm alright. A bit sore and tired.
Okay. Do you want anything else?
No, Tad, darling. Just feel a bit worn out with everything.
Okie doke.
You're back to school on Wednesday, aren't you? Are you all excited about going back?
Yeah, I am.
You didn't want to go back the other day?
I did. It's just that I didn't want to go because then I'll be leaving you. But I also want to go because I'm going into year 6.
And I'll be alright when you're at school.
Will ya?
Yeah.
You pinky promise?
Pinky promise.
Okay then.
Pinky, pinky, pinky promise.
Triple pinky promise.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Yeah.
I'll get loads of rest, get you to school in the morning. And then sleep.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to look after her a lot more because we know that she's got an infection, and when majority of the time when she has an infection, she can't really do anything. She can't really walk around. She'll probably stick in bed. It's going to change when she gets the transplant, but it's not. She's still going to be ill, and I'm still going to be a carer. But when she gets it done, we're going to have to, she's not allowed out of bed. That is going to be, the main rule. She's not allowed out of bed. She's going to have to stay in the bed.
Do you think she's going to find that easy?
No. But she'll probably won't be able to, mess around, really, because she'll be too poorly to mess around.
The fact that I'm going to a new school and I'm looking after someone, it's just adding on to the list of things you have to do. I'm nervous about getting lost. I'm nervous about people being mean. I'm nervous about being bullied if I do get bullied. I'm nervous about everything, basically. Mum needs to make me feel like I can trust her more. Because a lot of mothers and daughters have a massive bond that's like me and my mum, but they always can trust each other to know that they're not going to do anything stupid. But I'm just still trying to get that level of trust up.
Oh, you look lovely.
Nothing.
Oh, I feel dead sad. I do, honestly.
My hair's getting better, but just not 100% now. We're probably about 55%. Just an estimation.
Come here, can I give you a hug? Take care. Love you.
Love you too.
I know.
Bye, Mum.
Going to high school, it's bringing a lot of new opportunities. It will be quite cool, but on terms of looking after my mum and making sure she's okay, I'll probably be phoning at every break and every dinner.
I'm blown away by your entrance to the school this morning. You look amazing, and first impressions really do count. This is my first day at school. I have a first day at school every year of my life, and you need to know that there isn't anybody here who's scary. There's just lots of people who, if you ask them, they'll help you. Tony Ray Davis, Megan Hallwood, Kristen Harrison, Philip Hill, Isabel Holland, Emily Coates, Mike Brown.
Does your mum always do your hair, Kashana?
I love it when she does my hair.
Why?
She does it really nicely and it relaxes me. When I get the opportunity to get in my hands in her hair, I love it. Making her feel special. Making me look hot. And there's that.
So what are you doing tonight, Kashana?
I'm going clubbing. I'm going out with some friends. And I can't wait.
How often do you get to go out?
Not very often. So, once every few months, kind of thing.
Tonight, Kashana's brother Courtney has agreed to stay in with Bernie for the evening.
So is he not always around then?
He's out a lot. He sees his friends, tries to get jobs. So, I feel it's my job not to put that pressure on him. A lot of people use the whole, you're the female rule. And over the years, I've just learned to live with that one as well. You're the female, you should be cooking, you should be cleaning, you should be in with your mum.
Do you think that's fair?
Nope. But as I said, I've gotten used to it. Because life ain't fair. As a carer, you learn that earlier than usual people. You learn life ain't fair and things are thrown your way and you've just got to deal with them. When anyone asks me, what's different about you than me? Well, I have a blind mum. I look after her. Not because I have to, but because I'm proud of it. And as cheesy as this may sound, I'm very proud of my mum. Because there's not a lot of people who make it as a blind person, and there's not a lot of people who make it as a single parent. But my mum's gonna make it as a single parent who's blind. Look at me, I'm not a complete mess. I'm only halfway there. Yes? Right. And then 1, 2, 3.
You're staying home tonight.
Bye, Mum.
Bye, Bernadette. Bye. Be good.
Bye. You got my heels, babe. You look so white.
I know. Well, it's not my fault. It's not her. She has too many selfies.
In Stockport, Tom's mum Vicky is still waiting for a liver transplant.
Since I started school, she's put on priority. So she was on emergency before and then she got moved up to priority, which means like she really needs a liver. Her spleen's like gone bad now, so she's going a lot more downhill. Just before the summer holiday, she was like, Tom, don't worry about me at school. But then, like, I don't think she realises that it just clicks in your head and you just can't get it out, and then you just, like, try ignoring it, and then you're just like snookered. Because if she's having a bad day and she's feeling poorly, you don't know whether she's going to be alright during the day, so maybe if she wants a drink and she can't get up, then I'll feel quite cross at the, like, as soon as I come in, and if she, like, asks me for a drink, I'll be quite cross that I wasn't there to get her one when she needed it. I really don't know when she's going to get it done, and it's quite irritating that I don't know when she's going to get it done. If I had a magic power, it would be to cure anyone instantly. Because I really feel sorry for, like, some people who are, like, more poorly than my mum. I would cure my mum, but there's, like, other people out there who also need care and love and stuff. So if you, like, whisk them with the magic wand, then they'll get better and stuff.
February, Mum was really sad, and you could tell, and she was getting angrier. But by the time it got to, like, July, she was, like, being happier.
When I'm in the pool and I'm swimming, it's the only time I feel free. And when I come swimming and I'm with my daughter, I just love it. It's just lovely. I don't want to be in that frame of mind again, like, you know, I was in when I tried to do the things I did. You know, I don't want to be in there again. It's not a place I'd like to go again.
I feel like I can trust my mum more because she's not thinking about the things that she was thinking about in February, and because she comes swimming as well, it helps her. So if she goes out on her own, I can go out on my own and not have to worry about her constantly, because that's what I used to be doing in school and out of school and playing out and everything, so I wouldn't play out because I didn't feel like I could trust her. Now she's in a good state of mind, she can work on getting better.
And how does that make you feel?
Amazing, because I feel like I've helped her, and I feel like I can do some things the things that I want to do. Because now I'm going to high school, I'm going to be out more, so I feel like I can trust my mum more when I go out.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Tom's mum Vicky has been rushed to the specialist liver unit in Birmingham.
I thought it was a dream. And I was like, is this a dream? And she was like, no, Tom, it's for real.
Yeah. Careful, be careful.
It was just so weird. I just didn't expect it to happen because she only just got moved on the priority list and then she got one. When did it end? Or is she still in?
We don't know really, because it can take from about 6 to 10 hours. It just depends how it all goes.
I hope it would have been like longer, because I would have thought that they would have concentrated a bit more. I think that she's going to be in there for 8 hours, because then I know that they've concentrated on her, and that they've really worked. But if it's only like 6 hours, I'm going to be like, they haven't concentrated.
They've not done a good job.
No.
No.
I'm really looking forward to seeing her. It's going to be exciting. First time seeing Mum without being as poorly.
What are you going to do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to go out and buy some chocolate.
Good choice.
And then, I'll go buy some flowers. And then, I'm going to make her a cup of tea. It's that exciting. I hope it went well.
We'll just put your mask back on, okay? We'll be there in a few minutes. It seems like it doesn't seem that you've gone through a transplant at all. It's gone really that well. And
oh, thank you so much. Guys, I really appreciate it. You're very welcome. Looking forward to the future, because it's like a holiday that you've been waiting for ages, and now it's time, and it just like came, and it's really exciting. Or it's like your birthday or Christmas, and you just can't wait to open your present. It's like that. How are you feeling? You good? Do you feel much better? I'm so proud of you, Mum.
If you are a young carer and need advice or support, visit bbc.co.uk/action line or call the BBC Action Line to hear recorded information on 08000 560 190. Lines are open 24 hours and are free from most landlines. Some networks and mobile operators will charge for these calls. BBC Children in Need supports young carers groups all over the UK. Everyone deserves a childhood. Please support this year's appeal by texting the word CARE now to 70705. Text messages will cost £5 plus your standard network charge, and £5 will go to Children in Need. For full terms and conditions, visit bbc.co.uk/PUDSI. You must be 16 or over and ask the bill payer's permission.